likes to catch insects, and I saw him going after a bee the other day, and I wanted to just let people know that, you know, it can happen, and if it can happen to a veterinarian's dog, it can happen to yours. And we always want to be careful that any bee bites that occur around the face can result in respiratory distress, and especially when you have a dog that's already has some respiratory compromise, then you might want to seek, well, you probably do want to seek emergency care. But having Benadryl or a generic form of that drug on hand is something that I think every pet owner should have in their first aid kit. And so we use it at about 1 to 2 milligrams per pound of body weight. So you take their weight and multiply it by 1, and that'll give you the low dose, double it the high dose, and having that at home is really helpful. In case they get bit someplace else, it may make them feel a little more comfortable faster.
And make sure it's just the regular Benadryl.
Right. No, it can't contain any of like the decongestants or the pain medications and things like that. You want it to be just the straight diphenhydramine, and it can be the generic form.
Okay,
Important to
all
know
right,
in the
very good
summertime.
advice. All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Bonnie in Madison. Hi, Bonnie, what's your question?
Hi, can a 6-month-old Chihuahua impregnate another Chihuahua?
Oh, yes, yes, very, very likely it could, and that's why we usually recommend having them spayed or neutered prior to 6 months of age, especially these smaller breeds of dogs, because they can reach puberty a lot faster than bigger dogs. So it's possible that that may have happened. So check with your veterinarian if it's a brand new pregnancy. Potentially there are medications we can use to end the pregnancy. Sometimes we can even spay them early in pregnancy as well, and it can be done very safely. But boy, oh boy, you gotta be careful.
They can go to great lengths too to do it.
Oh, they can. Under fences, over fences, even Chihuahuas. Yeah.
On the way. All right, let's go to Genevieve and Stoughton. Genevieve, what's your question?
My son has a 10-year-old cat, and she eats, but then she throws up right afterward.
Oh.
You know, and this could be a sign of many, many different things. It could just be something as simple as the cat is just eating too quickly and then bringing the food back up, a binge and purge type thing. But it may be a sign of more serious disease, things like kidney disease, hyperthyroidism, a primary problem with the stomach, maybe inflammatory bowel disease. There's a whole host of things. And I think the first thing is get this kitty into the veterinary clinic with a diet history, maybe, you know, take in what you're feeding the cat. They'll probably, well, they will do a complete head-to-toe physical, but will most likely want to do, since the cat is a senior citizen, a little bit of blood work and probably collect some urine as well. So having them in the carrier ahead of the appointment gives us a chance to have a full bladder. So people forget about that. Yeah. And, you know, so putting them in a couple hours ahead of time, they can just chill there and then come in and we're all set.
All right, very good. We have another kitty question from Patty in Cottage Grove. Hi, Patty, what's your question?
Hi, I had a cat in January stop eating, and I took it to the emergency vet, and they diagnosed her with fatty liver disease. They treated her for about a week, and then she was going to be coming home, and then she died.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. You know, fatty liver disease in cats is one of these problems that we see when they stop eating for any reason. It may just be that you've just changed the food, that they just don't like it, or they're ill for some other reason. Cats need protein in their diet to handle fats, and there's that blockage in the liver. If they don't have enough protein, if they're not getting protein in their diet, then we can't make lipoproteins, and that fat just gets plugged up in the liver, and they die of liver failure. Approximately 60% of these cats die unless they get really intensive home care or veterinary care, which may mean having a stomach tube put in so that we can feed them, and even though they don't want to eat, we get food into them. It is a real problem, and I'm so sorry that you lost your cat. But that's why we never make diet changes quickly in cats, because if they don't like the food and they just go on a hunger strike, this is what can happen, especially if they're overweight.
Yeah, sorry for your loss, Patty. Thank you for your call, though. Gloria on the line in Deerfield. Gloria, what's your question?
We take care of our daughter's 13-year-old German Shepherd, and she has started to show signs of hip dysplasia. And my daughter has her on a lot of stuff through the vet to help her through it, too. But I was just wondering if you have any suggestions on what we can do to kind of help her with this.
Yeah, it's one of those things where pain control definitely is indicated, and there's many different brands of pain medications that we can use for dogs that are usually in the non-steroidal inflammatory type line of drugs. Don't use human medication. There are some supplements that you can use as well, glucosamine, chondroitin sulfate, but research has shown that probably one of the best supplements is a fatty acid supplement, fish oil, that you can buy over the counter. Talk to your veterinarian about a dose because they'd have to know the weight of your dog, but we usually work up to about 100 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, and that would be very helpful to use as well. Physical therapy, acupuncture, helping them get up and down using ramps, help them up. Harnesses are really helpful. There's a number of things like that that will just make their quality of life a little bit better. I have an old dog as well, and we've got dog beds everywhere, non-slip surfaces. Our house is the house of carpets, just little scatter rugs everywhere just to keep them comfortable. And so you do have to sometimes change your lifestyle for your pet.
Yes, they do.
Let them enjoy those golden years.
Oh, that's right.
A lot of the big dogs have those issues.
Yes,
too.
right.
Well, we're all out of time. Lots of good calls.
Yeah,
Great to see you,
Nice
Sandy.
to see you.
Thank
We'll
you
see
so
you
much.
next month.
Yeah,
then.
we'll see you soon,
Okay,
very soon. And
bye-bye.
thanks for your calls today, everybody. We'll be right back.
For unique dining experience, visit Fuji Sushi and Hibachi Restaurant. Authentic Japanese cuisine and sushi with a side of theme.